And we are live. What is going on, guys? Vitaly Dubin is here, founder of Bitcoin's Walls Club. I'm back with you and just came back today from Austria. I'm so happy, so thrilled to be with you. And I want to discuss with you today about what we are seeing in the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin soared above $10,000. Again, what an incredible 2 months that we had since December, as Bitcoin soared about 60% in the last 2 months. That's the moment we've been all waiting for. And just like I said in Austria while I was skiing, we are finally continuing and confirming the bullish trend for Bitcoin. So this is very exciting, and it's not surprising me at all. As I was saying, we are getting approaching the May 2020, the halving event for Bitcoin, and things are just getting started to warm up. So I want to discuss with you today what is the most likely scenario for the short term and for the long term. And I want to discuss with you some interesting things that are affecting the Bitcoin price and the Fed chairman and what he stands on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and how Bitcoin can be a potential threat to the systemic use of US dollars. And I want to discuss with you also the central bank digital currencies and how they can actually play a role in boosting Bitcoin adoption among the institutional investors. So we have a lot to discuss today, and we'll keep it fairly short for today. And I'm very, very excited to see the market as it is right now. So let me share with you the screen and show you some things. So first of all, look at the amount of green that we are seeing in the charts. In the coin market cap, Bitcoin is up 3.48% in the last 24 hours. Again, above $10,000 after a short pullback. We have Ethereum at 6.43%. A lot of the cryptocurrency market is in the green, and it's actually booming. If you look at the actual total market capitalization, excluding Bitcoin, all the altcoins in the last months is absolutely on the rise, from $70 billion market cap back a month ago to right now $108 billion market cap. So we're definitely on a very, very positive trend in the last month. And the cryptocurrency market, the altcoin market, is exploding. And I think this is just indicative of what we are going to see this year, and next year is going to be phenomenal. And this is the time, and this is the space, this is the opportunity for you guys to really learn and deepen your knowledge and education and how cryptocurrency work, and how you can take advantage of those trends, and how you can trade successfully and educate yourself about wallets and exchanges. And the cool stuff that I'm really, really looking forward to shortly is we're going to have phenomenal training with a cryptocurrency trading expert that will show you how to utilize a simple system to actually get small profits, relatively small, on a consistent basis, that will allow you to generate significant profits week after week on your own exchanges. So I'm looking forward to that. And you can see the total global market cap also has soared from $215 billion to $293 billion. And just over the last day, it soared from 280 billion to 290 billion, a $14 billion increase. So what we are looking at the charts right now, first of all, you can see very clearly that around this area, around mid-January last month, we have broken through this descending trend line that we have since June 2019. Okay, we had a series of lower highs and lower highs, and we finally broke through this line somewhere around this area and started an uptrend. We also have the 200 days moving averages that is outlined right here with the orange line. You can see that we are definitely clearly above that since approximately 26th of January. That's where we closed that, and it's a very, very bullish sign. Okay, wherever we are above the 200 days moving averages, it clearly indicates that we are in the bull territory, that we're in a bull trend. Okay, so that's another good thing. Now, obviously, as we have risen 60% in the last 2 months, we are right now having this, what is called an ascending wedge. Okay, it's just two lines that we can see that it's getting a little bit, moving towards a certain point. And this right here is, according to the classical technical analysis, is a bearish pattern, which means that we might face some resistance about this area of about 10,500. And the reason I'm saying this is because we have seen this area of 10,500 right here in September 2019, a pretty significant resistance area. Okay, so this is the next one, and if we are going to successfully kind of consolidate in this range of 10,200, 10,300 area over the next days, maybe a week or so, okay, that we might move up even higher and reach the next big level, which is about $11,000, and hopefully reaching that. So that's yet to be seen, but we are on the right track for that. Conversely, we might face the rejection in this area and get back and pull back a little bit. If we take a look at what's called a fib retracement over here from this level to this level, we might fall again to $9,100 if you face rejection and have this ascending wedge pattern actually play out. Okay, and you also need to take into consideration that the RSI levels are about 70%. So we are in an overbought territory, which means usually that a retracement at some point is going to be due. Now, if you're one of those people that pointed out right here that we have, in spite of falling for the price of Bitcoin have been falling here in mid-December, but we have on the RSI what is called a divergence, which on RSI we actually got up. Okay, that was a sign that it's a very, very good time to buy Bitcoin. If you bought Bitcoin right here, it's almost doubling. It's almost doubling, 60, not doubling, but 60% up for Bitcoin price, which is very, very significant. So take it with a grain of salt, as we have been on a big move up, and during those times it's okay to retrace a little bit, okay, and go downwards. However, everything is possible with Bitcoin, and if we're going to consolidate in this area, in this region right here, then essentially might go upwards to 11,000, etc. But this is over, of course, the shorter term. You need to see the longer term picture. Look at the clear two candles over here, the green monthly candles, and we are starting rising up. Okay, and over the monthly period, you can see, if this trend goes on like this, or this 5 months, we can go and hover higher and higher, and the target is somewhere right here about $100,000 level in December 2000 and December 2021. Okay, so January 2022, according to the stock to flow chart over here. This is around the date of Bitcoin's block reward halving, which will kick off the bull run, sending the cryptocurrency to $100,000 before December 2021. Essentially, what it means, after the Bitcoin halving, the supply of new Bitcoin to the market is going to be decreased by 2 times, while the demand is going to get higher. So that's as basic as it gets. Very simple to understand. We are going to have less supply, more demand. Bitcoin price is going to go up. So many people agree that we'll reach about $100,000 or so before December 2021, which is not that far from right now. We are talking about a little bit less than 2 years. Okay, so that's what's happening, and a very, very good time for Bitcoin. Okay, now Bitcoin price has soared just like after the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell actually acknowledged the importance of blockchain, and he was looking to invest a significant amount into digital currency developments and adding fuel to the fire. Powell also acknowledged how quickly crypto could become a systemic risk to US dollars. And it's no wonder, guys, you know, as the banks, the central banks that can print fiat currency as much as they wish, you know, and people are using the fiat currencies worldwide. Actually, the cash itself, people use less and less and less the fiat currency, and more and more people using digital currencies can pose a systemic risk of people, you know, using less and less the currencies of the dollar, of the euro, you know, and the physical fiat money. Also, the China's Belt and Road Initiative is expected to roll out a digital currency very soon. Okay, all of this this right here is a huge undertaking. It's a project that's set to have China to be one of the largest economies and actually build this massive infrastructure. And you can watch this video. Their global plan to dominate the global trade, and they're expecting to utilize crypto. So this is a very, very, very good news. Okay, and the fact that they are all shaking out there with the Federal Reserve, and you know, coupled with the fact that talking about big central banks, you know, about 10% initially of the central banks are going to issue digital currencies, what's called central bank digital currencies, or in short CBDC. And this is very, very good for Bitcoin, very bullish for Bitcoin, for the reason that it will increase the awareness of corporations, of institutional investors into Bitcoin, as they're going to be the central bank digital currencies and non-central bank digital currencies. And quoting, so at one point of the future, we might have 80 different central banks digital currencies. And if that happens, it would trigger a tremendous amount of investment in operators of financial systems, where essentially every financial institution would then have to be able to safely store and transact those digital currencies backed by central bank. And guess what? If they actually build that infrastructure, that same infrastructure could be used for non-central bank digital currencies like Bitcoin. Okay, so picture this. As time goes by and more central banks, and they realize how important it is digital currencies in our economy, and they start to actually create their own digital currency, which is currently China is preparing to issue the first real world test of the central bank digital currency, and United States is also trying to not fall back from China. Okay, so China and USA issuing the central bank digital currencies, think about the impact and what it will do to the awareness and to the investment in the space, and to Bitcoin, which is non-central bank digital currency, and how big of an effect it is going to have. I mean, it is massive, it is huge, and people and institutions are going to be flocking into Bitcoin and storing their finances and storing their assets into crypto. And Grayscale Investment is today recognized the world's largest digital currency asset manager, and has $1 billion investment in crypto out of the total $3.1 billion asset under management. So, I mean, that is huge. And the firms like this, firms like Grayscale, they're popping up everywhere and start to invest more and more money into the cryptocurrency space. Okay, so that's very, very, very good for Bitcoin. Also, Elon Musk had shared some thoughts about Bitcoin and about crypto. You can watch this little video where Elon Musk talks about Bitcoin. It doesn't say something super profound about Bitcoin, but what's interesting that Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla, and have huge influence in the aerospace. He essentially says that Bitcoin structure is quite brilliant. And by the way, Musk has owned PayPal, right? PayPal is the rival of Bitcoin in a sense, and the cryptocurrency says bypasses currency controls and paper money is going away. I repeat, paper money is going away. That's not me saying that. It's Elon Musk saying that. And crypto is a far better way to transfer values than a piece of paper. That's for sure. So of course, when you have the ability to transfer large or small amount of value across space and time with crypto and not with paper, it's far more reliable and easy and safe and secure and better and better for everybody and for the economy. So Musk recognized that, and he's of course not the only one, but it's Musk is a big figure in the space. So lots of good things are happening in the space, and it is getting very, very exciting, guys. So I'm looking forward for an amazing month, an amazing year for Bitcoin, and I'm looking forward to resume our live trainings inside Bitcoin's Walls Club on a weekly basis and educate you as much as possible about the different ways how you can use Bitcoin in order to grow your wealth. It's been Vitaly to be with you, and I'll see you soon.